Beer me up, Scotty. Is that a phrase? What's up, y'all? We are live, coming to you live from Memphis, Tennessee. Welcome. We are about to preview a beer festival here tonight. Thanks for your patience. A little technical issues getting this rolled out on all the different pages that we were on, but it is 8:17 and we are getting started. As I bring in first to join me, my co-host this evening, all the way from Cash Saver Midtown, Taylor James, the premier beer expert in this market.
Oh, you're too kind, Kevin. You're too kind. But yes, I am. That is why I gave myself the moniker Memphis Beer Guy, and I do my best to
self-proclaimed. But I'm Kevin Cerrito. I didn't even introduce myself. Of Cerrito Entertainment. We are putting on the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest. It's coming up. We're getting really close to the festival, and people keep asking us, right, Taylor? They keep asking us, like, what beers are we having here?
Yeah, no, it's a little bit different from your normal beer fest, where you probably knew what breweries are going to be there, and some beer fests will share those lineups, and they kind of know. It's a little bit different this year, just trying to figure out, okay, what beers are going to be available? What are the local breweries going to have? What do we want to feature? And so we've been working hard putting that together, and ready to share a little bit of that list tonight.
Yeah, it's exciting. It's we're living in different times, and this is definitely a different festival. But I think what we put together, I know it's going to be it's going to be tons of fun for everybody involved. So we are live here. We are streaming all over the place. You may be watching on the Madison Growler page. You could be watching on the Cerrito Entertainment page on Facebook. We're going to check some comments and get your questions. If you do have specific questions, feel free to post them on the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest Facebook page. We'll get to those. You can also tweet at Memphis Beer Fest on Twitter. We'll answer those. We're streaming on Periscope. And we're also on YouTube, on the Cerrito Entertainment YouTube. So, and I believe we're on Twitch too. So shout out if you're on Twitch. I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to see all of those comments, but definitely if you're tweeting or commenting towards the festival, we're gonna check those before we get out of here tonight. So before we finish, the beer list will no longer be a secret. It will be revealed, and it's all thanks to Secret Memphis. That is the presenting sponsor of tonight's special for the Beer List preview live stream presented by Secret Memphis, which is the new book by Holly Whitfield, who joins us on our panel. Holly, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me. I'm not necessarily a beer expert, but I am drinking a beer, so that counts for something.
You're the Memphis expert here, right? And
are we already cracking beers? Are we cracking beers?
Yeah, we got to get some beers. Open up some beers.
So I've got, if you guys haven't seen this yet, this is Goner Brow from Memphis Made. Obviously, they make it every year for Oktoberfest. This year, Oktoberfest is virtual, just like our beer fest. So I've got this over at Cash Saver Midtown. It's over at High Point Grocery now as well, because we bought that, and
nice
I got a beer there too now, which is exciting. But brand new can. I think it turned out really well. Stoked on that. So shout out to Memphis Made and their OK sales rep, Garrett Metz. He's
shout out to Garrett.
Okay.
All right. So you got that. What do you have tonight, Howard?
So I've got Beale Street Brewing, the Space Age Sippin' IPA, and it's delicious.
So all right. I'm the only one that's not going local as I take it out of my goose. It's regional.
That counts.
My mother-in-law was visiting and she brought me beer from Alabama. Have you ever heard of this one, Taylor? Goat Island?
I have heard of Goat Island, yeah.
It's pretty good. It's a really good Pilsner, and they have some orange one too in my fridge. So
nice.
It's what I'm having because it's what's in the fridge, and it's good. So
cheers.
It's really good, real good Pilsner. So cheers to everyone here. Crack open a beer. We're going to be talking beer here for the next few minutes. And again, tweet at Memphis Beer Fest or comment on the Facebook page where we are live streaming this right now. We're going to get through all the beers that are being featured on the Saturday, the day of the festival proper. Let's see what has been announced already here first before we get going. Let's talk about this. We've announced that Crosstown's the presenting sponsor of the VIP, which there's a couple different ticket options. One is a VIP. If you are a VIP, you get you get you get more beer, and you also get to access to the VIP happy hour performance that night by Amy LaVere and John Paul Keats. So we got two, both members of Motel Mirrors, right? What can you tell us, Holly, about those music acts? You're an expert on the panel for that, right?
Yeah, I mean, you asked me here for a reason aside just to drink beer on Zoom on Tuesday night. Motel Mirrors is classic Memphis music act. It's like modern Memphis music. We talk a lot about birthplace of rock and roll and all that stuff, but we have people making music here every day, and Amy LaVere and JPK are two of the many who are doing that. So, I mean, I can't think of anything more VIP than a virtual show from those guys, because they haven't really been able to play for us lately, and I know they're going to be really excited to perform as well for that same reason. I know they're looking to get in front of people and play their music. So
yeah, this we're doing this, Taylor, right? Like we're giving a portion of ticket sales to the restaurant workers, and that fund set up by Edible Memphis. But also, when you start putting together a festival, you're like, hey, look, we can actually also help out the musicians and other talented people who have not been able to perform like yours. I guess I figured out a way to do it, but and John Paul Keith does as well. His Monday nights on Facebook, which he's now, I think he's over at YouTube, but his Mondays in Memphis. So yeah, this is a good thing.
Yeah,
help a lot of people out.
It's what I've been doing my best with Cash Saver, with High Point, really trying to focus on our local partners in town. Whatever it is, whether they relied on doing some sales at tap rooms before, either whether it's beer or some food, anything we can do to help out. That's what I've been working hard to do, and this is an extension of that. It's another way to help our local partners here in town succeed and thrive and stay, keep them in business, keep revenue flowing in for them as best we can with the platform and our jobs that we have.
So we've got some great musicians playing. You got Crosstown Beer in the Growler. The Growler will be a Crosstown Growler. You've got it filled at Cash Saver. We know that's been announced. We've announced the shirts. We revealed the shirts on Instagram, what they look like. We have a very, very limited number of the shirts, and all of the net proceeds for the shirts, everything will go to the Memphis Food Industry Emergency Workers Assistance Fund, which is the charity tied in with the event. Let's see, what else have we had? So those are the main things that are out there that are announced. Now, today we're not announcing the VIP beers. That's something that I think may end up, Taylor, right, end up being the surprise for the VIPs, right? Because we're taking our time and selecting these.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, this was, the VIP, obviously, you've entrusted us to provide you with a really great experience. And we have worked really hard and been reaching out to a lot of folks in talks with them. And I think we've got a great lineup set for that. There's some really going to be some fun stuff that you haven't had before in there, or haven't had at least in a long while. Really unique stuff, and that Friday night is going to be a really unique experience for everybody. With the music, us talking, us drinking beer. I think it's going to be a really great time. So if you haven't grabbed it, go ahead and grab it. So yeah, those are going to remain a secret, but I guarantee you'll enjoy those beers.
The VIP is a great deal, and the VIP tickets are going fast. And we've sold quite a few tickets, and the majority of the tickets sold have been VIP. So and we do have a cap on it. So if you are thinking about doing VIP, you'll probably want to get those orders. And we announced tonight, though. So here's some things we announced before we get to the beers. We're going to announce. So we've been advertising that. So VIP, you get the Growler, and then you get 2 extra cans. But we can confirm that VIP is going to actually get a bonus beer. So there's going to be 3 beers in a Growler in the VIP package now.
Yeah. Wanting to go above and beyond for our folks out there. And so working with my wonderful friends over at Eagle Distributing, we're going to be getting something extra from them. Working with Eric Wilson. He's one of the craft room managers over there. We've been good friends for a long time, and told him, look, I need something hot. I need something, that's going to be really solid. And so we have put that together, And yeah, excited to give y'all more than what you expected. Always, that is what I always try my best to do. So excited we're able to do that.
That's what Cash Savers motto is, right? Like even when you go pay, y'all get 10% more than when you know, I'm just kidding.
You're so kind. You're so kind. Kevin.
That's the deal. It's the thing. It's great prices at Cash Saver. It's great.
I like
Price.
it. I like it.
I can't.
Cheap beer, cheap food, and it's everything that you want. I think it's a win-win.
And Cash Saver now offering home delivery.
Yeah, you can. DoorDash will bring your groceries to your door.
The
safety of your own home.
So there's no going to be so if you're thinking about getting VIP, so you're getting 3 beers. One of those beers is tailored, like this is serious. Like we're talking about, we're picking out. This is difficult times for everybody. When you're doing a beer fest and you're trying to get, breweries have schedules, and when you're going to a regular beer fest, they're gonna have multiple options for you. This stuff in kegs, so these breweries are going to have to can this stuff, and actually, it's more of an effort, and so it is harder and so we're being more creative on trying to make this different and thinking outside of what you may assume a beer festival is like. But there's one beer that you're putting your effort in to pick out something, right? Like that's the one. This bonus one is going to be the Madison Growler and Bottle Shop hand selected VIP beer.
It's going to be one that something that if I were just just beer drinker out there, craft beer drinker in Memphis, something that if I got that in my hands, I would just be insanely stoked to have and excited to see that as part of the lineup. So yeah, it's going to be something.
So not only we're adding this extra hand-picked Taylor James beer to the VIP, but we're adding a 9th beer to the actual day of the festival. Not that we think people need more than 8 beers in 4 hours on a Saturday afternoon in the fall, but it gives you options. All of these beers, you can share. If you do think you need to get a ticket, especially, if you're on a limited budget, there's some of the stuff you can share to enjoy this experience that we're putting together, but we're giving another extra beer. So you'll be able to drink it however, and that'll be to be announced. Holly, do you think this should be one that I personally select?
God. I would trust Holly. I think I would trust Holly to pick it over you. I love you, Kevin, and you're great, but I don't know.
I volunteer as tribute.
If you're just tuning in, we're about to announce the beer list for the festival, and it's being brought to you tonight by Secret Memphis. Secret Memphis is Holly's book, which is available secretmemphis.com still, right? Is that that's it?
It is. Yep. I will send it right to you. I will sign it and send it to you. And the feedback that I've gotten on this book really quickly is basically that's really fun to read and really easy to read. It's like about 100 short stories about Memphis. So it's either things that you had no idea about, things I haven't really talked about a lot before that, maybe actual secrets to you, or the backstory behind things that you see every day or you see all the time, but you don't really know how it got there or why it's important. So that's what the book is. And it, again, really fun to read. I know who writes a book in 2020, but I did. And, and all the feedback's been great. So yeah, secretmemphis.com. You can read that while you drink the beers that you don't get a chance to finish on the day of the Memphis Virtual Beer Festival. If that happens, if you have
it makes a great holiday gift, and because the holidays are around the corner, so buy a ton of them and give them out to trick-or-treaters.
Also, I just want to say, Holly, thank you for shouting out the Bettis Family Cemetery in the book. That's something that I always thought was a fun little unique something by our store in Midtown. So thanks for giving that one a shout out. That was awesome.
Absolutely. I think you're actually mentioned in there. The Cash Saver is actually mentioned in that little story. The chicken there, the fried chicken that the Cash Saver maybe made it into the book, maybe not. I don't know. You'll have to get the book and see.
Yeah. No spoilers. You got to read.
Yeah, that's grab the book. There's a reason, because you can read about which on your way to your favorite beer store there inside of Cash Saver. There's a I keep forgetting to try to find that spot, but no spoilers, like you said. All right, I'm going to check the Facebook page. I'm pulling it up right now, the Virtual Memphis. So if you have any questions about the festival, we're going to try to answer those for you tonight at the end of this live stream. But Holly's book, Secret Memphis, secretmemphis.com, presenting this. Holly, you will also be at the festival. You're going to be a part of the panel. At this point in 2020, everybody knows I love having virtual panels now. It's what I do. And that's what we're doing right now. And we're going to have one. We're going to have one at the festival because we're going to name the new Memphis beer. And you're going to be on there. And have you been thinking of ideas of what the newest Memphis beer should be called?
Yes, I have a little beer book, like a little black book, but for beers. And I'm just scribbling name ideas down into it. So
this is, because the festival is going to be so interactive. This is what I'm looking forward to the most. Gonna assemble this panel. We're going to come up with a list of ideas, and then the festival. Everybody who's the festival goers will vote on which one they like the best, and then that beer is actually going to get brewed by. Should we go ahead and say who it is? Yeah, why not? It's going to be brewed. It's a collaboration between Beale Street Brewing Company and Bosco. So Beale Street and Bosco are going to collaborate. They're actually going to brew this. It's going to be available. So the idea is it's going to be available at Cash Saver. It's going to be available at Bosco's. And you'll be able to actually go drink the beer that we all named together. While we're not going to be able to be together, we're going to be able to do a pretty awesome thing together, which is name the next Memphis beer. Like Taylor, do you got to have some ideas too?
Well, I pulled that. This is I came up with a whole wrestling themed brewery. It's going to be called Brew. I've got like 50 names for beers, so I could easily work one of these and get it to work for Memphis. Obviously, Memphis Wrestling big time deal. So I could
the Memphis Wrestling ones. There's
easily drop.
I have a whole list of pun related Memphis Wrestling beer names that could work, but it's going to be up to the festival goers to actually choose and narrow it down. We're going to take suggestions, but Holly will be there on that panel. Be thinking of your ideas, folks, as we'll be taking your ideas. But that's just part of the interactive stuff we're going to have going on. Obviously, Q&As with the brewers are going to be happening at the festival, the top and the bottom of every hour. I'll be hosting live trivia as well. And we will have entertainment options. At the festival. We're getting to the beers, folks. I promise we're getting to the beers. But I can confirm that we will have some wrestling. Taylor, you're excited about this, but 901 Wrestling, I am the host of 901 Wrestling, but there will be some wrestling at some point between tasting some beer. We're going to have, Holly, I know you're an opera fan. We're going to have Opera Memphis performing some drinking songs for us at the festival as well. Jeff Hewlett, local musician, is booked to be perform at the festival. So that's some of the entertainment, but really what this is all about is the beer. Right. Let's get to the beer
at the end
of this stuff. Shout out to everybody who's tuning in. We got a great live audience spanning throughout social media. If you haven't liked the Virtual Memphis Beer Fest yet on Facebook or followed it, give us a follow. We'll be revealing more information as we go along. But we're here for the beer. I threw my paper down. That was the wrong one. Hold on.
Like you've never
two-sided. I did two-sided. I didn't realize I printed on two sides. It's a busy day today. I was just at the drive-in right before I got on here.
Can I say something about the beer before you announce it really, really quickly? Because I just got the list like moments before we went live. And I've had people asking me, what kind of beer is it? Like, is it regional beer? Is it local beer? Like, what is it? Is it only local beer? And I'm like, okay, so yes, they're all Memphis breweries. You already posted that on the Facebook page a few days ago. But because of the quarantine that we've been in, there are some new breweries in Memphis that people probably have not tried yet, that they don't know anything about them, and they're a part of this lineup. And then for our favorite breweries that we know a lot about and maybe we're going to regularly before all of this, they're doing some new stuff for us, for the Virtual Beer Festival. So those are my thoughts, having just glanced at the list.
Early, getting a sneak peek at the bracket before it gets announced here on Selection Tuesday. But that's a good point from Holly. But it's not all that the majority of this is going to be Memphis beer, but there will be, like Taylor's search is he's searching outside of the.
I guess I can confirm that extra, my pick for Friday night, it will not be a local brewery. I will be going with a something that is, a larger, national craft brand offering. So that one will not be a local one, but we do have, quite a few locals. And some pretty fun stuff that, I know there is some on this list that people have not had before, even though they may have they haven't had these.
Because I know there's some on this list that you have not had. So there's got to be some people have not had. So let's go ahead and start, folks. It is time. Let's start announcing some of these beers coming your way. October 3rd. You can buy your tickets now at virtualmemphisbeerfest.com. I just got an alert. Somebody just bought a ticket here live during the show. So shout out to whoever that was. Okay. Cheers to you. Okay. First beer. We're going to do this in alphabetical order by brewery. There's 8 beers we're going to announce. Of course, as I mentioned, there's that 9th bonus beer that who knows? Maybe it's from a Memphis brewery. Maybe it's not. We'll find out when you get your bag next week when you pick it up. Sorry, I don't have COVID. That's swallowed by.
I swear to God.
Too much talking.
Swallowed it. Too much talking. Yes. Straight from Disney movie trivia to this. All right, so our first beer, Holly, listen to this. So the first one is the one that you are drinking tonight. You're already sampling this. Let's do a practice run here. Space Age Sippin' is the name of the beer, Beale Street Brewing Company. One of the 2 breweries that Holly's mentioned that just started pretty much right at the very beginning of the pandemic, or at least started becoming available in stores, right, Taylor? Do you remember when you first saw them on your shelves there at Cash Table?
That was right there in March and February, March, and so kind of right at the start of this, and Space Age has been one of the absolute hottest beers at the store in Midtown. We buy as much as we can, and it's gone within the week, and so. One that a lot of people have wanted to try, but maybe haven't been able to get their hands on because once it comes in, it goes out the door just as quick.
And fun fact, of course, about Beale Street Brewing Company, it's the first Black-owned brewery that we have here in Memphis. And as fun as it is to be, just have hanging out with Holly while she drinks this beer, we thrilled to announce. Not only will we have Space Age Sippin' as the offering from Beale Street Brewing Company, but we will also have 8 Ball and MJG making an appearance to drink the beer with everyone virtually at the festival. So that's right, Holly. 8 Ball MJG. This is their beer. They're on the can. If you pull up the can, that is them on the can. There you go. And so 8 Ball MJG will be appearing at the festival virtually to give the opening toast of the fest. We'll start the fest off with Beale Street Brewing Company, Space Age Sippin' with 8 Ball at MJG. So you might have had the beer. You might, like me, like Taylor, you might have had the beer already, like Holly, but I promise you have never had it with 8 Ball and MJG.
Yeah, shout out to Kelvin, owner over at Beale Street, for putting that together for us. Kelvin has been awesome through this whole thing and wanting to be a part of this, right from the start. And getting to drink a beer with 8 Ball and MJG is going to be great experience.
Not just a beer, their beer. So that's how we're gonna kick off the festival. Opening toast, citywide cheers with 8 Ball MJG as we drink Space Age Sippin' together. So up next on the schedule, so Beale Street, of course, collaborating with Bosco's to bring the festival name beer at a later date. But Bosco's is next in the alphabet, and Bosco's Brewing Company there in Midtown. They're one of the restaurants that we're trying to support in this entire process. Bosco's. They've already announced this. You've seen this. If you follow them on social media, you've seen the can already. And the timing of this with the passing of Tom 3. But we have a tiger-themed can. It is a tiger-themed beverage called Tiger Smash. Do you know how to spell that, Holly?
I think that Tigers has a U in it.
That's correct, yeah.
Instead of an E, because you're just that lit. You're just that excited about the Tiger Smash.
Well, it's actually
you gotta spell it wrong. I
Well,
love it.
the Tigers, and
Are you gonna actually me about some beer, Taylor? Because I've been waiting for this.
for the why it's spelled like that.
Yes.
Okay, so well, the Tigers part, and you'd have to Google it. I of course didn't find it, but it is Deals at the University of Memphis. They're the ones who brew the hop for this. So the smash part of this beer is single malt and single hop. So these are Cascade hops that were grown at the Tigers Urban Garden over at the university, and then they're just going to use a single malted barley as well. So that's where the smash part comes from. So a local beer made from local hops. So
local, a very fun story. And yeah, you can't wait to find out more about it from the folks at Bosco's during the festival. Because as I mentioned, top and bottom of every hour, we're going to have someone from each brewery on, and we're all together going to, crack open that can, taste it together, and be able to ask questions about it, and also kind of get that origin story. And that's what's really cool about this beer is its ties to like the actual ingredients coming from the University of Memphis, and the fact that Bosco's really, they just don't can beer. This is a special occasion. It's a very cool looking beer. It is they may or may not have had this before. It's a fresh hop ale. Taylor, what can you tell us? Fresh hop ale. What's the difference between that and just a typical ale?
Yeah. With that, during so we are in kind of the end of the hop harvest season. It happens in August and then early September. So typically hops are dried out, but the wet hops are fresh. So rather than drying them out, you're going to use the whole cone in there. So you're going to get a lot more aroma, a lot more flavor. All those oils are still in there, so it's not getting dried out. It is, and it's one of those beers, lower shelf life, so it has to be an in and out kind of thing. So anytime you're making a fresh hop or wet hop beer, it's got to be consumed quick. So we'll be talking about a wet hop beer as well a little bit later on with another brewery. But so it's really a fun, unique beer. You only can really get it, once a year, right around the hop harvest. So a unique offering from them.
And of course, Space Age Sippin' is a hazy IPA, but we're shifting gears now for our next one coming from Crosstown Brewing Company. Not only if you're a VIP, you can enjoy that on some Crosstown on Friday night, but during the festival, the beer is called Hatch Me Outside. It is a chili pepper blonde. This sounds very interesting. This beer is being brewed for the first time ever for the Virtual Memphis Beer Festival. A chili pepper blonde. I don't remember that in this something like that at all in this market before. And of course, Crosstown Brewing, when they came on the scene, they came out strong and brought really a regular blonde in the rotation, right? Like we didn't have that in the rotation from any other brewery. And now they're going to do a chili pepper blonde. What are your thoughts on your first reaction, Holly, when you hear this?
Well, I mean, I laughed when I heard the name because it's a fantastic name, but I'm not surprised because the guys at Crosstown Brewing have always been very clever and great with their naming from day one, from the day of the groundbreaking of the Crosstown Concourse. They've always been super cool. And I know that they've been closed for a while, their tap room, like so many others. So I'm going to be really excited to try this one. It sounds spicy.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, it'll have a little bit of heat with it. So hatch chilies from New Mexico. There also may be just a touch of habanero in there just to give it a little bit extra heat. Awesome that they shout out to them. Thank you, Crosstown, for making a beer for us for this and wanting to do something fun. That was one of the first ones that we had found out about, and again, they're really excited about it. So happy to share a brand new one with everybody for Saturday.
Yeah, Crosstown's awesome. It seems like they've got new beers quite often. So I'm excited that we've got one here for the festival. So we're moving. So Crosstown, Hatch Me Outside is a chili pepper blonde. And we're going to go in yet another direction as we go to Ghost River Brewing Company. Ghost River will be presenting a beer that you might have had before, but I wonder if it tastes a little bit different. It's definitely going to look a little bit different. Ghost River is going to have Ghost River Gold, their classic golden ale. Is this not the, Taylor, if I'm not mistaken, this is like the original Memphis craft beer, right?
It is. This was the first beer available in a package in a grocery store. This was the first one you could get. And I was having this conversation the other day over at High Point where Ghost River Gold, you say, oh, you've had that, right? It's like, oh yeah, I've had that. But then you need to ask yourself, when's the last time that you actually had that beer? And you think about it, you're like, no, I guess it actually has been a while. And this is one I think folks need to revisit and they need to try again. This beer is tasting, I think the best it's ever tasted. Jimmy Randall, the head brewer over there, has really been able to fine tune this recipe a little bit more, and I think they're making some great beer, and this is one people need to revisit. I'm excited that we get to showcase what their hard work there at the fest.
Yeah, it's something that we reference wrestling a lot, but you got this legend on the card, right? Like it's cool to have this legend among all of these young up and comers, but it's not just that. There's a little twist to this drinking experience that you're going to have with this beer. So not only are we having the original one here for this first festival, but Holly, this is the return. This beer is the return to their classic tree logo, as Ghost River rebrands, I don't know what they need a good word for this, right? It's like a reverse rebranding. So Ghost River, originally that tree, you've seen it at every bar and restaurant in town. And then they rebranded not too long ago to the lantern, which is a very cool logo. But now they have decided to go back to the tree and they're reverse rebranding back to the tree. And this will be the first can out for it here at the festival with the Ghost River Golden. So it's the launching of their new return to
what's old is new again, kind of.
There you go.
Something about recent nostalgia and a great flashback for us. I think I'm into it. I want to see I want to see it. I want to hold it.
And I have seen the can. It is they did it right. They did it right. I was not thrilled when they changed the can because I really liked that tree logo. I thought it really encapsulated what Ghost River was about, and I'm very happy they're going back to it. And I think folks will be impressed with what they've done.
I liked both logos, to be honest, but the tree is probably my favorite.
Iconic.
Because like I think we've talked about this before. Like the nothing wrong with the lantern logo, and it would have been perfect if they were starting a new brewery. Like it would have been awesome. Like, oh yeah, that'd be great. But it's like it was replacing this iconic and historical beer, really, that Ghost River is. So Ghost River is doing golden ale in the new packaging. So you get the new packaging first. They're debuting it, the new packaging with the original tree. So now we're moving on to Grind City Brewing. It's one Holly mentioned. The other brewery that launched around the start of the pandemic. They are going to be presenting a honey lager. So this is our first lager on the card here. Viva Los Lager. I have not had this yet. So far, I mean, of course, I've had Golden Ale. If you're a craft beer fan, you've got to have it at some point, but I've not had it in new packaging, and I've had Space Age Sipping, but I haven't had it with 8-Ball MJG yet. I have not had this one. I know there's a chance that some people have been able to try this. Taylor, it's part of the new Grind City. I did pick up a 6-pack of Grind City. It was one of their other brands. So this is.
Yeah, well, and this is one, I mean, they haven't been able to open their tap room to the public. So no one's been able to go and just get a sample or try anything. And so it's one of those where, maybe you did see the 6-pack. You're like, oh, well, I don't want to try just that. But now here you go. Here's going to be a sample of it. You're going to get to try it. And helping them out because again, they have been hampered by this pandemic and not being able to share their beer with the city of Memphis. So happy to be able to, help get their beer out there, share it with people and let people try it potentially for the first time.
Yeah, it's we're here in our virtual tap Zoom, but their tap room and big news. The tap rooms are opening back up tomorrow. Is that true, Holly? Have you seen this?
That's right. Yeah, the health directive number 12, I believe, from the health department is
Oh no, they're hacking into Holly's figure.
begins at midnight, quote unquote limited service. Yeah, they heard me talking about something interesting. And I'm being hacked out. Okay. Sorry about that. It looks like it's back to normal. But essentially, some of the places that have been closed because they were designated limited service, like tap rooms, like some bars, for example, Alchemy and Cooper Young, some music venues, those places are being allowed to reopen with all the usual designations and 6 feet and masks and so forth and so on. Everybody still has to stop serving alcohol and close at 10, but Grind City Brewing's tap room, when we do get to go, I don't know if they're going to jump on this and get to reopen this week or they're going to save their grand opening for later on, but it's going to be amazing. For people who don't know, it's in Uptown, which is north of the pyramid, and their outdoor space is going to give you this incredible view of the pyramid and the river. It's going to be a really cool tap room. I've been waiting for it for a couple years since I took a little tour when it was like there was nothing there was grass, and I love seeing it kind of come up from that. So like Taylor said, I hope it's some people's first introduction to their beer is this, and then down the road we'll get to go there and enjoy it together in person.
Yeah, their tap room, it looks beautiful from the pictures that we've seen. There was issues with COVID and then things got to be open, but then there was some issue they had with some telephone pole or something that was blocking parking or something, but hopefully they'll be able to open that. But in the meantime, we will be serving it in our virtual tap Zoom. That's the Honey Lager, the Viva Las Lager, one of their 3. So they've really got 3 brands right now. They're just like Bill Street. They're just now starting out, and they're pretty much they're pushing their current brands because you have not really had them. They're year-round offerings. So we've got up next High Cotton Brewing Company. On the schedule for High Cotton is a chocolate rye porter, and as you know, if you're familiar with High Cotton, they tell you what it is when it comes to the beer names, right? It's the chocolate rye porter. That's what it is. That's the name of the beer. That is what it's like. It's a regular seasonal offering, but here's the twist on this. This is going to be the first time you're going to be able to get it in a can. So this beer, High Cotton, I believe their first seasonal ever in a can is Oktoberfest, which is now available at your neighborhood cash saver. But then there's this will be their second seasonal. They're going to continue to do seasonal offerings. Chocolate Rye Porter, you might have got it at their tap room before. You might have seen it at a bar before. This will be the first time you can get it in a can. Will be at the Virtual Memphis Beer Festival. That is pretty cool.
Yeah, no, I mean, I was, we've been doing great with, Scottish, IPA, Mexican lager. And then when there's, hey, we're going to can a seasonal. Finally. Okay, awesome. Because anytime we had one of their seasonals, on tap at the Growler station, or if it was just on tap around town, it always did well. And just a way where we can get it in more folks' hands, more accessible. And the success of their Oktoberfest has been wonderful. I know over at High Point, I think I've sold 30 to 35 cases of it in 5 weeks of us being open. I mean, it is on fire. The can, if you haven't seen the can, their can looks great.
Awesome.
A little bit different from what they have done before. They kind of stepped outside the box. Maybe not a fancy name, but definitely a nice can. And hoping to see something like that again here with the chocolate rye porter.
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's their thing. I mean, I totally respect that it's their thing. Like we're going to focus on the beer and not the naming, but
no gimmicks, man. No gimmicks.
You can do both. No gimmicks, but the new cans. Have you seen this can? I'm curious because I've seen this. It's like the pig, right, drinking the beer on the Oktoberfest, right? Is that what it is?
Yeah, it's a pig in lederhosen drinking a beer.
And so it's an awesome can. So I can't wait to see what they're going to do with this chocolate rye porter.
Yeah.
If you saw me looking down, I wanted to look this up to be sure, but High Cotton's tap room is in fact opening tomorrow.
Oh, they are opening tomorrow. All right, they're going to be back open.
That is going to be affected by this new directive that got announced today. So they said starting tomorrow, Wednesday at regular hours, we will be open. So just a little update on High Cotton.
Breaking news, everyone.
Breaking news. We have 2 more beers to announce. And of course, there's going to be one unannounced beer added on. Who knows? It's a mystery beer. But that we added on, you'll get when you pick up your stuff for the festival. But we do have to remind folks as we go through this, the card is subject to change. Like this, I mean, there is a chance these breweries are small businesses. We're dealing with, of course, the pandemic and the COVID-19. If there's any type of issues, but we will, in the event that something happens, you will get a replacement beer. And if you know anything about me and Taylor, you know that we're going to make sure that is going to be something that we want, because we look at the list. We're the ones who are trying. You're at Cash Saver, I'm shopping at Cash Saver, and every week I'm trying new stuff. We want to make sure. So in the event something is getting replaced, we're going to make sure that it's something that's worthy of that replacement. But there's a chance, even though we are very close to the festival, something could go awry and shake up the schedule a little bit.
Yeah, we had to change today, but
there's actually already
when I think that works, and like I said, it has. I've been doing it with the stores, since March. Every day is very, you never really know what you're going to get. And you just kind of go with it, and we'll make it work. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, it's great that
being flexible at this point.
Yeah, I mean this, and yeah, I mean, like full disclosure here. So Holly, like I've got the email draft. I'm not gonna read book. I got the email draft before I leave and go to the drive-in. I'm like, I'm gonna send this when I get back. Ended up staying later, so you got your email late with the lineup. Like we're send you the lineup. We made a change in between that time on one of these beers already. So there's a chance. This is the lineup. Though I'm confident though this is probably what we're gonna have at this point.
Yeah, more than likely.
There's a chance no more than one of them will change, but nobody's ever thrown a virtual Memphis Beer Festival before, so.
And I'm glad that it's happening. Thank you. I can't believe that we haven't done this yet in this time, and I'm really glad it's happening. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it.
Oh, well, thank you. Well, let's get to some more. Well, the next one's not really a beer, though. It's not really a beer. It is a seltzer. We got a seltzer to announce. Memphis-made brewing company, which came out with Fun over the summer, was a smash hit. Memphis's first true seltzer that was made right here, crafted right here in the Bluff City. They are coming out with, for the festival, this is made exclusively, it's a limited run for the festival. They're going to come out with Super Mega Fun. Super Mega Fun. So if you are a fan of seltzer, if you're not, you need to try Fun. You become a fan of seltzer. I know, Taylor, you, after trying Fun, you're a seltzer guy now.
Yeah, I can remember a couple years ago when seltzers first started coming out and get them at the store. I didn't get the point of it. I was like, just make your own drink. Just, get some vodka, whatever, fun. And, and I tried a couple, and I understand the point. I get it. They weren't my favorite, though. And then Memphis Made came out with Fun. And if I'm going to drink a seltzer, if I'm out on the boat, whatever, I'm drinking Fun. That is my favorite seltzer. We've been selling the hell out of it. It's been wonderful. It's been a great response. And this, the Super Mega Fun, is something that Drew has been working on. Because, of course, Drew was working on this. Because if you don't know Drew Barton, he's the head brewer at Memphis Made. He's insane. He's a madman. And this is something he's been working on. So this is going to be it's going to be interesting. It's going to be an 8%.
8%.
What?
Well, how much is the current one?
4.
So it's almost double. That's where the Super Mega comes in.
It won't be lime. It will not be lime.
It's not going to be lime. This is. I didn't even know this.
No, this and brand new flavor. And this is only for the fest. This won't be at the tap room. They're not going to sell cans of it there. They're not going to have it on tap. They're not going to sell it. We're not selling it at Cash Saver. If you want to try this beer, if you want to have this experience, you can only get it for the beer fest. They're making me 10 cases. It's 10 cases of this beer for the beer fest. That's it.
I'm all the way in. I'm all the way sold. I'm so curious. I'm riveted. What is happening?
I am excited for it. Drew is a mad scientist when it comes to brewing, and if there's somebody that could pull this off, it's Memphis Made. There's no doubt about it.
Yeah, coming in with a seltzer on the schedule. I mean, it's been the year. Like if we think of things that we'll remember from 2020, on that list though, like locally is like as far as your food and beverage scene, like fun coming on the scene, and it's the Ghost River Gold of seltzers in this town, and it is very good. My neighbors are obsessed with it, and we're gonna get super mega fun. So the follow-up sequel, and now everybody is guaranteed to have super mega fun at the Virtual Memphis Beer Festival. You're gonna have super mega fun, guaranteed, or your money back. That's what they say. But hopefully, card subject to change. Card subject to change.
Any of the money back, just keep it.
We'll call whatever they bring super mega fun. No, but this is the line. So the last one here, Wiseacre Brewing Company. You might have heard of them. They got a beautiful new tap room. We're talking about that. Okay, so this beer is one. Taylor, I'll let you take over once I announce exactly. So the name of it is called Tacky Wet Hop IPA. Tacky Wet Hop IPA. This is one. I remember Tacky being out. I don't remember it always being IPA. What's up with this one?
Right. So last time,
okay. So this beer is one. Hold on. I'll let you take. My computer's gone nuts. The name of it is called Tacky.
Clicking on whatever. It's fine.
I don't. All right. Hold on.
Whatever.
I don't know what it is. I've got the chat pulled up.
A professional. But no. Tacky, they have done this beer before. It hasn't been an IPA for 3 years. So this is their wet hop offering that they do. So obviously we just got done with the hop harvest, like I was talking about earlier. But this beer hasn't been an IPA for 3 years, so it's making its return there. This beer, so this was the change, because we were looking at something else that's still in tanks. It wasn't going to be ready. This beer is being canned on Friday, like this Friday, and
it's not even canned yet.
It's not even canned yet. It's still in the tanks. You're going to get this beer when it's a week old. And I mean, you can't do much better than that. I mean, as far as typically with us in retail, for a brewery to brew the beer, get it to the distributor, and then me to get it. I mean, that is about as quick as you can get it. So this is going to be super fresh, just awesome for them to, for the scheduling kind of to work out with the brewing scheduling, for us to have this beer that quick.
All right, so that's the final one. Have you heard of Tacky before, Holly? It seems like it's one that there's oftentimes Wiseacre ones that they come and go so quick.
Yeah, they do a lot of Wiseacre. I've definitely heard of it before, but it's they have a couple like that, right, Taylor? That they kind of have this. It's like a series. Like every year, they kind of come out with a different iteration.
Right. Unicornucopia, Symphonic. They keep that name, but they change up kind of what they do with it. And I think it's a great thing that they do, where you are constantly getting something fresh. They're being very innovative. They are staying ahead of trends. They're not just, okay, yeah, hey, we brewed that beer, it was good, we can just do it again. They're not willing to just accept that. They're going to push it. They're going to push the envelope. They're going to give you something really interesting. And technically it's always perfect. And so excited. Shout out to Clyde for working with us on that and making sure we give you guys a great offering from them.
You teased the wet hop earlier, so we've got a pretty good variety of different beers. And of course, there is the 9th one that will be put in there, as well as your bonus beer. So there will be a bonus beer coming to the festival as well. So to recap, we're going to do a recap in reverse order here. We've got Tacky Wet Hop IPA coming from Wiseacre, fresh from it will be about a week old. We have Memphis Made bringing super mega fun to the world exclusively. It's a limited run for this festival. It's not going to be lime, it's super mega fun, so it's double the alcohol percentage. This is going to be awesome. High Point Brewing Company bringing in the first time ever canning chocolate rye porter.
High Point Brewing Company? I have a brewing company now?
High Cotton. What did I say? High Point. Oh, there you go. That's an idea.
I guess
That's
I
an
have it
idea.
now. Okay, cool.
I talk about High Point Grocery all the time to everyone. High Cotton, thank you. High Cotton Brewing Company. The Chocolate Rye Porter in their new cans. A Grind City Brewing Company. They're having Viva Los Lager, which is the honey lager. We've got Ghost River Brewing Company. Their brand new can, their new look coming back to the tree, going back to the tree with Ghost River Golden. So we take a trip down to a memory lane with the classic beer there. We've got Crosstown Brewing Company with the Chili Pepper Blonde being made just for the festival called Hatch Me Outside. Bosco's has got the Tiger Smash, spelled Tigurs, a fresh hop ale, and the Mill Street Brewing Company with the hazy IPA known as Space Age Sippin'. We're going to be sipping on that with 8 Ball and MJG. That's a pretty good lineup, I think.
I think that's pretty solid. This is something that we were working on the drive-in together, trivia at the drive-in, and you presented this idea to me. Just said like, hey, what do you think about this? And it made all sense. Like Holly said, this makes all the sense in the world. And we're getting to October, and that's my absolutely beloved Cooper Young Beer Fest, and I cried at the thought that we're not going to have it this year, and that's it. We'll do it bigger and better next year, hopefully. But yeah, it makes sense that we need to have a beer fest. We need to offer folks here in town something fun, something exciting that they haven't been able to get. And it made all sense in the world for Cerrito and I to team up on this. He's been working. Shout out to you, Kevin. You've been working super hard on this. And I just happen to know some folks that sell beer, so it worked out. It worked out great. And yeah, very excited about it.
It's all coming together. Day of, Taylor will be with me throughout the 4 hours, and we are encouraging everybody. We want to stress this: as you plan your day, as you buy your ticket, we want you to think about lunch and or dinner that day. Do both, but order takeout from a local restaurant. Like that's what we're not necessarily telling you to go to this one or that one. Whatever your favorite local restaurant is. It is not a guarantee that your favorite restaurant is going to survive this. And as much as you can support them, the better. So if it's your second favorite one, or if it's one you feel like they need, like, support your local restaurants. This is what I worked pre-pandemic 5 nights a week in a different bar or restaurant. And it's the charity that we have for this event is very important to me, but also like you can do takeout, and takeout is a very simple thing to do. And we're encouraging you as you plan your meals. We will have some snacks in the packs for you to get through the waiting on your, tracking your order on your phone or however it's going to be. But we're encouraging it, but you plan your day, plan to order something local, get some takeout.
100% support that. We're doing Rally for Restaurants right now. Make sure you leave a good tip. This virtual beer festival is so simple, but people are like, what is it? What do? You buy your ticket. Kevin and Taylor and all of the brewers are dealing with the logistics of packing you up a beautiful pack, case, bag, whatever it is, of local beer. You go pick it up at a couple of different locations across town, or if you're going VIP, they'll bring it to your house. And then on the day of, you tune in on Zoom, just like you're doing right now, Zoom, Facebook, whatever, and then you drink. That's it. That's all you do. You get your ticket. They put it together for you. Like Kevin said, you can share if you're not drinking. I think what I'm going to do is have my own ticket and my own beer, but maybe on that day, instead of drinking all of it, maybe share with somebody else, and then my favorites I'm going to drink later. However you want to do it, doesn't matter. Just support the festival. But it's super simple and it's great. And I want to thank both of you for making this happen, because I too am crying silent tears about our Cooper Young Beer Fest, which is notoriously my favorite of the year. So yeah. I'm really glad y'all are doing this.
Well, thank you. Now we're, it's, that's the one that I sponsor. That's the one that, we sponsored that like 6 or 7 years in a row. And I was like, okay, well, I'm not sponsoring that. Okay, well, let's use that, and let's use it for good by doing, let's do our own. And it's get folks, if you have folks in your bubble, Garrett Garrett will be with me on the day of hanging out. If you have someone in your bubble, yeah, buy the one ticket and split the beers with them. You're still gonna, hey, get 6 ounces of beer. It's great. It's more than you would get at a beer fest anyway. So yeah, get folks in your bubble, get together, everybody order takeout, order lots of food, hang out and sit around and just drink and let us entertain you and let us kind of just take your mind away from everything that's going on just for a few hours on a Saturday.
Holly, you had a pretty good strategy there of you could, like, you and your friend can both buy tickets and then y'all can sample them all, and then like you have a whole nother set and like, all right, which ones did you like, which ones did I like, and you can kind of like divide those up at the end. But yeah, there's lots of different ways you can do that. You can enjoy this festival, and we're making it a priority to be interactive and to do things that you wouldn't be able to do in regular time. So like hanging out with 8 Ball and JG while you drink the beer with their cartoon image on it, and name a Memphis beer. So we're coming up with interactive ideas, and if you got suggestions, feel free to let us know. It's going to be fun. We're going to have the full schedule like detailed out, so you can, like, it's 4 hours and you can set it up. Hopefully it will be great weather that day and you can just set it up outside. It will be a private streaming link that will be sent to you, so you can be able to put it on TV or your phone or whatever and take it with you for the festival. But so there's lots of options for you to enjoy this, and hopefully you can join us. I mean, the beer is a big part of it, but a lot of it, let's just have some fun. Let's just have a festival in 2020 and all do something awesome. So I'm looking forward to it. VirtualMemphisBeerFest.com is where you can get the tickets. That's VirtualMemphisBeerFest.com. You can also buy the t-shirt there. There's a very, very limited number of t-shirts that we are getting printed. So if you want one, you should order that soon. And this is something, Holly, we need to mention to people because I know you're an expert on this, and it's, people always say Memphis is a walk-up city. It's a walk-up crowd. Like this is an event where, because you have to get your beer in advance, you really can't walk up. We're stopping ticket sales on that Friday, October the 2nd at 9:01 a.m. So the last time to pick them up is that morning at Cash Saver. And so we're stopping ticket sales that morning. And so you can't get the ticket, like you can't wait till that Saturday to say, hey, I'm going to do this. You can, you can get the feed, but if you want to have the whole package and be able to experience it properly, you got to get it early. And
I'm definitely going to try to stress that as I'm sharing more about the festival through Love Memphis and Secret Memphis channels. But the event itself is Saturday, October 3rd, 2 to 6. And like Kevin says, you cannot wait until that Saturday morning when you roll over and say, oh yeah, in that beer festival today, we should do that, which is what people in Memphis do, which is great. But you can't do that with this because, like I said, all these guys are working really hard behind the scenes to put these. I'm not
bringing the beers to your house Saturday morning. I'm not doing it. And if you want VIP, we're doing that the Friday night before. So you really got to get it in. So just don't wait. Trust us on this. Those tickets, you are getting definitely more than your money's worth. I have, that is something I've always worked really hard to do with our stores, is getting you more than you think you should get. And I think we've done a really good job there with what we're offering, not only with the beers, but maybe a few snacks, a few things there, especially on that Friday night. We're going to have some fun stuff. So yeah, make sure to grab that ticket early.
All right. So virtualmemphisbeerfest.com and then secretmemphis.com, Holly's book. It's a great stocking stuffer. Yeah, it definitely would fit into a stocking as the holiday season approaches. Yeah, of course. I mean, there's some people, people like to give out, like, what are you going to do? You're not going shopping. This is easy. Secretmemphis.com. It'll get delivered to your house and be autographed copy of it. So pick it up. What else? Is there any more fun facts from the book, Holly, that we need to?
Oh,
I love the drive-ins on it.
Yeah, the drive-in is in there. As you can see on the cover, that gentleman there in that statue is not Elvis. So Graceland is not in the book because it's not a secret. It's just not. So believe it or not, I didn't put Graceland in the book, but there's a lot of really fun stuff all across town. I've heard people say that they get it, and them and their significant other, they're driving around on weekends, like checking out a couple of the places, a good socially distanced activity. Other people have found stuff in there to do with their kids, which I hear is something everyone's looking for, something to do with their kids, keep them busy. So pick it up, secretmemphis.com. Read it while you drink the beers that you like from the Virtual Memphis Beer Festival.
The lineup is not a secret anymore. That is it. We'll have post this. It'll be up online and all of that soon. Holly, thanks again. It's always great catching up with you. You'll be at the festival with me on the panel. Yep. Taylor to help try to figure out what this best name is. I think Muck Sticky will be with us as well. We'll see. He follows me everywhere. Taylor, any final thoughts for folks or anything on this lineup? Is there anything? Holly, jump in too, like this that you just can't wait to try on this list.
I mean, I think it's I think it's pretty obvious with Mike's. It's super mega fun. I mean, not to play favorites, because that's not my job. I've always been very, very, very good and unbiased on that. But no, I mean, just for Drew to come up with something. And again, we were discussing, there were a couple of beer options from them that we were thinking about. They were like, okay, that could work. And it was like, what if we did this? And it was just like, yes, 100% yes, we've got to do that. And if you haven't had seltzer yet, what are you doing? It's 2020. Everyone drinks seltzer now. That's what we do. But no, very excited about that one to see what those folks at Memphis May can come up with.
However 100 years down the line in the next pandemic, we might have a virtual Memphis seltzer festival.
It'll be weird, like, oh, we have a beer, like what?
It'll be extra super mega ultra fun.
It's 50% alcohol. You can only have an ounce.
We got another order coming in. My iPad just notified me. So thanks, y'all. It's like a telethon turning into here. But thanks everybody for tuning in. We've had great numbers throughout the night of y'all watching and us talking about. We're talking about something that is coming. I mean, we're previewing the festival, but it's fun. I'm excited to talk about this. This is like a little bit longer than my conversations with Taylor on the phone when we get excited about this stuff. But it's gonna be fun. I think it's gonna be exciting. So Virtual Memphis Beer Fest.com. You can follow us on social media where all those are at Memphis Beer Fest on Facebook, Twitter, and on the gram. Holly, you are where? At I Love Memphis. Everybody knows that.
At I Love Memphis on Twitter, at I Love Memphis blog on Instagram. I do have a Secret Memphis book Facebook page that could use some love if people want to follow that. And otherwise, I'm pretty easy to find.
Yeah, we were streaming on that page tonight. We're also streaming tonight on the Madison.
Some fun comments on that page too. So thanks.
Were there comments? Nobody was saying anything on our page. I should have, or maybe let me get over there and see.
Got a couple on Secret Memphis. John from the Pink Palace. I know he's really excited about this. And Timothy Keogh says that the Cash Saver is the best beer shop and fried chicken in Memphis. So we got some love from those guys. I appreciate that. And a few others for Secret Memphis Facebook page. So thank you.
I did get a comment on the Madison Growler feed that I'm looking all swole. And that one's from. Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. I've been working real hard. This quarantine has been great for the fitness. I built a home gym, and I just go from my house to work over to my family's home where I built the gym, and then back here. So it's been great. So thank you, appreciate it. Been working real hard for that. So
all right, this preview special is getting out of control here.
I'm just excited to be strong, Kevin. I don't know why you got to be so.
Don't be a hater.
Oh yeah, I'm not being a hater. Well, all right. Well, thank all y'all for tuning in. Taylor, of course, you could find Taylor if you're heading to the Cash Saver. You'll see him there, or now High Point Grocery, which is now owned by the the Cash Saver family. You guys have taken over that. So if you know somebody who lives near there, you need to send them over to that High Point Grocery. Check out the new lower prices and the new better beer selection, because it is the destination now in East Memphis to go get some beer. And all right, that's it. We're out of here. So Taylor, you're not on Twitter, so you're not on Twitter anymore.
I'm not on Twitter. No, I mainly stick to the Instagram at Memphis Beer Guy. Is where you can find me. If you got a question, just shoot me a message on there at Madison Growler as well on that's Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. But yeah, reach out to me if someone has a question, you want to know a little bit more, whatever you catch this later. Yeah, just message me on there. I'd be happy to answer it.
Yeah, let us know. We know this is something different that we're not at all used to. You're not used to attending virtual festivals. So any questions you got, let us know. I mean, I hear there's some interaction going on my page. So we got Keith and Nancy coming over there on the Cerrito Entertainment page. Holly saying your book is fantastic. You can buy the book at we also got buy the book is at secretmemphis.com. Keith and Nancy, they might have won the book at the 901 day trivia that we had at the drive-in. The shirt you can buy at virtualmemphisbeerfest.com. And as we close it out, I was going to, well, maybe not. Anyway, we're having some technical problems over here tonight. We're out of here. Thank you all for tuning in. Looking forward to the festivals. We'll see you on October 2nd and 3rd. But remember, get your tickets ordered. Want to get them ordered. We might sell out before 901 on October the 2nd. So get your tickets soon. Thank you all for tuning in. And I will see y'all back here live streaming Thursday nights, Matching in Memphis. Your virtual game show that I host, where you can win prizes. You can win whiskey prizes. If you like to drink beer, you will love to drink some Riverside Rye. All right. I'm out of here. Holly, thank you for your time. Love your book, secretmemphis.com. And next time that we'll be drinking one of those together, we'll be with 8 Ball and JG.
Thanks.
All right. Cheers.